When destiny chooses two people for each other, the universe doesn't ask permission. This bond isn't born from luck, coincidence, or strategic planning. It exists beyond rational thought, beyond perfect timing, and beyond what mortals can orchestrate. When destinies intertwine, invisible forces arrange circumstances, feelings, and encounters to bring souls into alignment. Long before conversations happen or commitments form, there's an unmistakable certainty. You recognize it within yourself. An internal wisdom confirming this bond differs from anything previous, carries profound meaning, and serves higher purpose. Perfection isn't the marker, alignment is. When connection flows from cosmic intention, it manifests with immediate familiarity, graceful patience, an unshakable conviction that endures all tests. Sign 1. Instant soul recognition happens before logic activates. This first indicator transcends mental processing. It operates purely in spiritual realms. When destined, souls converge. Their frequencies identify each other before conscious awareness catches up. Your initial encounter might feel uncannily known, as though previous lifetimes included this exact person. Comfort arrives without effort, a settled warmth spreading through your chest. Anxiety doesn't spike your heartbeat. Instead, security embraces you. Performance pressure disappears completely. Pretense feels impossible. Understanding flows without lengthy explanations. Their company feels identical to homecoming. This represents destined connections enchantment. It refuses hurried demands or proof requirements. It simply awakens recognition. Sign 2. Magnetic forces reunite you repeatedly. Regardless of circumstances, whether distance intervenes, conflicts arise, or timing misaligns, invisible threads continually draw you together. Separations occur with apparent finality, yet reunions happen months or years afterward. Authentic destiny never requires forcing or desperate pursuit. The bond flows organically, resembling rivers inevitably reaching oceans. When life creates barriers, the connection patiently persists. Souls sharing divine design receive endless universe-granted opportunities to reconnect, repair unhealed damage, and evolve together. Destiny accepts delays but never permits complete escape. Sign 3. Shared silence carries profound peace rather than discomfort. Most human interactions make quietness feel burdensome, demanding verbal filling or justifications. With your destined match, however, silence resonates like wordless melody. Sitting beside them without speaking still maintains deep connection. No obligation exists to talk, entertain, or fill space. Your combined energy communicates more powerfully than language achieves. Souls converse even when mouths stay closed. Such quietness holds sacredness. It speaks the dialect of souls experiencing complete safety together. Souls requiring no love demonstrations. They simply inhabit love's presence, peaceful and whole. Sign 4. Mutual spiritual evolution accelerates dramatically. Your authentic soulmate doesn't arrive for completion. They come to awaken dormant aspects. They encourage evolution, facilitate healing ancient wounds, and illuminate self-parts previously avoided. This love intensity stems from transformation. Genuine love transcends pleasant feelings. It revolutionizes existence. They might inspire deeper self-love or confront buried fears, fragilities, and historical suffering. Discomfort sometimes surfaces, yet somehow their influence strengthens you fundamentally. This demonstrates universe-designed love education, not through constant ease but through continuous growth. Your souls unite beyond romance, seeking mutual evolution. Sign 5. Their energy reaches you across physical separation. Moments occur when they suddenly occupy your thoughts unprompted. Then shortly afterward contact arrives, or unexplained heaviness, disturbance, or emotionality. overwhelms you only for later discovery they experienced struggles that identical day. Coincidence doesn't explain this. It reveals silent soul connection communication, transcending physical distance. Your energies synchronize, resonating across space and temporal dimensions. When souls genuinely belong together, separation doesn't destroy bonds. It illuminates them. Their emotional states reverberate within you, proving authentic connection isn't corporeal. It's energetic. This signifies energy linkage. When souls share destined union, their energies remain woven regardless of life's physical placements. Distance fails to diminish bonds because connection exists beyond material dimensions. You perceive their emotional states without verbal confirmation, their feelings without explanations, their existence despite miles between. It resembles invisible cords gently tugging your heart, triggering memories during peaceful moments. Constant messaging or validation becomes unnecessary for knowing they care. Deep internal certainty never diminishes. Even through silence, connection articulates itself. That demonstrates bonds rooted in energy versus circumstance. Sign 6. Intuitive understanding makes words optional. Language becomes supplementary because comprehension flows naturally. Single glances, pauses, or energy shifts communicate your internal landscape, and they immediately sense everything occurring within you. They perceive sadness before admission, joy before celebration. Eye contact alone reveals thoughts without inquiry. This happens because your connection transcends emotional. It becomes energetic, nearly telepathic. When souls vibrate identically, communication achieves effortlessness. It's less about increased speech, more about heightened feeling. They don't merely hear you, they experience you. Sign 7. Meeting timing feels paradoxically right yet challenging. This might surprise you, but divine connections seldom appear during calm, perfect life phases. They frequently arrive amid turmoil, devastation, isolation, or bewilderment. The universe doesn't orchestrate these encounters for comfort. It designs them for transformation. Your souls intersect when both possess readiness for learning, healing, and ascending. Even if beginnings feel turbulent or ambiguous, the bond delivers profound teachings and concealed blessings. You didn't encounter them for pain avoidance. You discovered them to comprehend suffering, confront it, and transform through it. Certain connections revolutionize existence not through gentleness, but through awakening. Sign 8. The bond maintains safety throughout turbulence. Authentic love doesn't eliminate arguments or disagreements. It means that during anger, frustration, or exhaustion, mutual respect survives intact. Fundamentally, you recognize they're not adversaries, they're your partner. Walking away during hardship isn't your pattern. You tackle obstacles collaboratively. The foundation rests on empathy and comprehension rather than ego or dominance. Even amid conflict, emotional security persists. When love proves genuine, storms don't demolish connection, they fortify it. Each challenge amplifies trust, demonstrating foundations withstand anything. Sign 9. Reality transforms when you're unified. With your destined person, existence itself subtly shifts. Colors intensify, time elongates, even quietness gains significance. Mundane moments acquire sacredness. It's as though the universe pauses, acknowledging your union. This embodies divine alignment's sensation. Everything surrounding you begins vibrating harmoniously with your love. Songs carry deeper personal meaning. Synchronicities multiply frequently, and even creatures appear calmer near you. This isn't imagination or fantasy. It's frequency manifestation. When aligned souls merge, their combined energy delicately reshapes surrounding reality. The ultimate sign, unexplainable gratitude fills your being. The supreme indicator of destined partnership isn't desire, attraction, or romantic feelings. It's gratitude, profound, quiet, inexplicable thankfulness flooding your heart whenever they enter thoughts. You awaken feeling grateful they exist, not just within your life, but throughout existence. Their happiness becomes yours. Their peace becomes yours. Even during physical separation, your heart silently expresses universal thanks for allowing paths to cross. Genuine soul connections generate gratitude that's effortless, unconditional, and deep because the other's mere existence feels like divine gift. When souls carry destiny for each other, they don't simply belong to one another, they belong with each other. No distance, obstacle, or circumstance erases that reality. Time might separate you, life might scatter paths, yet bonds persist, invisible and steadfast. It exists beyond logic, choice, and control. Even during uncertainty, even through waiting seasons, quiet knowing persists that these hearts align by design. Gratitude emerges not only for shared moments but also for simple knowledge this connection exists, that this love was inscribed into your live's fabric long before meeting. Final reflection. Love of this caliber is extraordinary. It's not common, it's cosmic. It's the love making you pause, breathe deeply, and wonder whether the universe truly orchestrates plans. When souls are written into each other's fate, they'll continuously meet until timing, growth, and readiness align perfectly. Sometimes this happens this lifetime, sometimes the next. The lesson remains constant. A mirror soul resists forcing, controlling, or possessing. It simply manifests, awakens, and transforms your existence. If you've encountered someone bringing calm to chaos, warmth to hearts, and growth to spirits, honor it, treasure it, protect it. Not everyone encounters their mirror soul, and you discovered them not through chance. You found them because the universe selected you to meet, recognize, and remember love's truth. When souls genuinely belong together, quiet recognition transcends logic or explanation. It's not about passion's rush, novelty's excitement, or familiarity's comfort. It's about resonance, vibrations quietly aligning hearts and minds in ways feeling inevitable. From first meetings, there's a homecoming sense. Even if circumstances prove imperfect or timing appears wrong, your soul remembers them. And within that remembrance lives peace. You needn't explain yourself, impress others, or perform acts. You simply exist, and they understand. Distance, time, and life's unpredictability cannot sever this connection. Even apart, you sense their presence subtly. The sudden thought, the unexpected message, the intuition something happens in their world. Your energies remain intertwined, quietly communicating across miles, across silence, across separation moments. Constant contact becomes unnecessary because connections of this depth don't rely on proximity. They rely on recognition. The invisible thread linking you cannot break through circumstance, only delay until timing perfects. With a soul meant for you, silence becomes sacred. You can share space, say nothing whatsoever, and still feel completely connected. Words are optional because hearts and energies speak more clearly than any conversation could. You feel understood, witnessed, and safe in ways that cannot be manufactured or forced. Even during arguments or tension moments, security exists. You might clash or disagree, but deep down you know they're not your enemy. They're your growth partner, your reflection mirror, and your anchor in storms. True love of this nature builds on empathy, respect, and shared evolution, not ego, control, or superficial comfort. Time together feels effortless yet transformative. You inspire each other toward growth, toward facing old wounds, and toward loving more fully, not just each other but yourselves. Challenges and pain form journey parts because they're teachings. not roadblocks. Life sometimes brings you together at right yet painful moments, precisely because the universe knows when you're ready to receive and give love in its fullest form. Even hardships cannot undo what's inscribed in hearts. Instead, they strengthen bonds and deepen understanding. This love teaches patience, acceptance, and profound awareness of connection's sacredness. Gratitude becomes a quiet, constant undercurrent. You don't need grand gestures or constant affirmation for knowing this connection's value. Your heart simply knows, and that knowing carries its own joy. Even when life proves unpredictable, when physical presence proves impossible, and when circumstances challenge you, your soul recognizes truth. This connection is real, meaningful, and eternal. Every shared glance, every unspoken word, and every subtle energy exchange reminds you the universe orchestrated this meeting. It's not coincidence, it's divine design. Souls, destined for each other, meet not once but as many times as needed, until timing, understanding, and growth align perfectly. This is life-transforming love itself. When you experience it, the world feels different. Colors brighten, moments linger, and the ordinary becomes sacred. Even simplest interactions carry meaning because your energies harmonize with each other and with surrounding reality. You notice synchronicities, small miracles, and quiet ways life seems to bend, acknowledging your connection. It's not fantasy or wishful thinking. It's frequency, resonance, and alignment of deepest kind. Meeting someone like this is rare, and holding that connection with awareness is a gift. When souls are meant to be together, the connection often feels inevitable. Even when minds try resisting or reason suggests otherwise, there's a pull, subtle yet undeniable, like gravity drawing hearts into alignment. It isn't always dramatic or loud. Often it's quiet, persistent, and patient. You might find yourselves in different cities, facing separate challenges or surrounded by seemingly impossible circumstances. But something always nudges you back toward each other. The universe has its own timing, and it works with precision, weaving paths together again and again until meetings happen at exactly right moments. It's a rhythm you cannot force, only follow. The beauty of this connection lies in its depth and simplicity simultaneously. You don't have to explain yourself, justify feelings, or perform to earn their love. In their presence, your authentic self feels safe, witnessed, and accepted. No need exists to mask vulnerabilities, hide fragilities, or pretend being someone you're not. The comfort is effortless because the bond exists on levels beyond ego, beyond appearance, beyond circumstance. It's the recognition of souls that have traveled lifetimes or at least share destiny, quietly acknowledging each other without demands or expectations. This connection awakens you in ways ordinary relationships cannot. You're challenged to grow, release fears, and confront self-parts that have been ignored or suppressed. It might feel intense at times, even uncomfortable, because true soul connections are rarely passive. They mirror back deepest fears and greatest potential, prompting transformation. You learn to love yourself more fully, embrace both light and shadow, and rise to higher levels of emotional and spiritual awareness. Love here isn't just about companionship, it's about evolution. And every interaction is an invitation to grow together. Distance and time cannot weaken this bond. Even when miles separate you, you feel them, sometimes as sudden thoughts, subtle nudges, or inexplicable present sense. Their moods, emotions, and energy ripple across space, touching hearts before words are spoken. You know when they're struggling, happy, or restless without being told. It's an invisible thread, a continuous vibration linking hearts in ways that cannot be measured or explained. Communication becomes effortless, not just with words but through feeling, intuition, and presence. This is destined soul's energy, the invisible language speaking across any divide. Even ordinary life begins feeling extraordinary in their presence. The world seems brighter. Moments stretch with meaning and coincidences multiply. Everyday experiences, the sound of songs, friends' laughter, nature's beauty, seem imbued with significance when shared with them. You start noticing subtle signs from the universe, tiny alignments affirming your bond. Animals, music, even events' timing feel synchronized with your connection. It's a reminder this relationship is part of larger design, and that love like this is both rare and sacred. Gratitude becomes an effortless heart rhythm. It's not about grand gestures, constant affirmation, or external validation. Simply knowing they exist in your life and in the world fills you with quiet appreciation. Their happiness becomes your happiness. Their peace becomes your peace. Even in separation, your heart thanks the universe for allowing paths to meet. True soul connections aren't about possession or control. They're about alignment, shared growth, and mutual respect. Love of this depth persists across time, circumstances, and even lifetimes because it's written into your destiny's very fabric. When souls are meant to be together, every encounter feels guided. Even when life seems random or chaotic, it's as if an invisible hand nudges hearts toward each other, aligning circumstances, timing, and even seemingly insignificant details. Sometimes you meet when life is far from perfect, perhaps during heartbreak, loneliness, or confusion. But that's exactly when the universe orchestrates your meeting. These moments are not accidents. They're lessons, opportunities, and openings for growth. Even when initial connection feels painful or challenging, the universe is teaching you how to recognize, nurture, and honor bonds far deeper than surface attraction. The connection between destined souls is not dependent on constant interaction or visible closeness. Distance, silence, or absence cannot weaken it. Instead, these moments often intensify awareness, making bonds feel even more profound. You may sense them thinking of you before they reach out, feel their energy in quiet moments, or experience sudden intuitions about their emotional state. This is energy in motion, the subtle, unspoken dialogue of souls who have recognized each other across time. Words become secondary because understanding is intuitive, almost telepathic. You feel their emotions as your own, and their presence lingers even when they are far away. Love like this awakens transformation. Being with a soul meant for you is not just about comfort or companionship. It's about evolution. They challenge you to face fears, insecurities, and old wounds you may have ignored for years. Sometimes this awakening is gentle, sometimes it feels intense. But every challenge is an invitation to grow. In their presence, you learn to love yourself more deeply, embrace vulnerability, and accept the full spectrum of your being. They do not complete you. They reflect your true self, encouraging you to rise to your highest potential. This is the sacred purpose behind divine love. Growth through connection. Gratitude becomes an effortless, natural heart rhythm. You do not need constant reminders or extravagant gestures to feel it. Simply knowing that they exist and that you have crossed paths in this lifetime is enough to fill you with quiet, profound thankfulness. Their happiness becomes your happiness. Their peace becomes your peace. Even when circumstances keep you apart, your heart silently honors the universe for allowing this meeting. This is the ultimate marker of a soul destined for you, a bond so deep, so real, and so sacred that it transcends space, time, and circumstance. Destined love also teaches patience, trust, and acceptance. There is no rush. There is no forcing or controlling. The universe orchestrates everything with precision, allowing the bond to unfold in its own time. Every separation, every challenge, and every reunion is a deliberate part of the journey. Even if you do not fully understand it in the moment, each experience strengthens the connection and brings both souls closer to alignment. The relationship is not about perfection, it is about harmony, learning, and shared evolution. The love exists not because it is convenient, but because it is necessary. When souls are destined to be together, their connection exists long before they ever meet in the physical world. It is a thread woven into the very fabric of the universe, invisible yet unbreakable, quietly guiding paths toward one another. You may feel drawn to them inexplicably, even if life tells you it makes no sense. There is a magnetic pull that cannot be ignored, a quiet insistence of the heart that whispers, "This is someone important, someone you were meant to find." And when the moment finally arrives, it feels both astonishingly new and intimately familiar, like returning to a place you have always known, even if it's the first time you've ever been there. This kind of connection transcends ordinary understanding. It is not measured by hours spent together, words exchanged, or gestures made. You can be separated by miles, time zones, or even years, and yet their presence is felt in subtle ways. A thought that enters your mind, an unexpected memory that surfaces, a sudden wave of emotion that cannot be explained. These are small miracles of energy speaking across distance. You sense their joy, their sorrow, their quiet struggles, as if hearts are tuned to the same frequency. When souls vibrate in alignment, distance does not diminish love. It amplifies awareness, intuition, and presence. A destined soul connection also awakens transformation. This is a love that does not merely comfort, it challenges, teaches, and elevates. You are pushed to confront your fears, face old wounds, and embrace the parts of yourself you may have hidden. Sometimes this awakening is gentle, a soft nudge toward clarity and self-discovery. Sometimes it is intense, shaking foundations of understanding and forcing you to evolve quickly. But every moment, even the difficult ones, carries purpose. This love exists not simply to satisfy desire, but to guide you into becoming the highest version of yourself. The bond is sacred because it grows alongside the souls involved. Gratitude becomes the natural rhythm of your being. It is not something forced or prompted, but an effortless awareness of the miracle that exists in simply knowing them. You are thankful for their presence in your life and even for their existence in the world. Their happiness becomes your happiness. Their peace becomes your peace. Even when circumstances prevent physical closeness, your heart is quietly filled with appreciation. This gratitude is the hallmark of a bond that is divinely guided. It is a recognition that some connections are written in the stars, beyond chance or control, and that the universe itself has played a part in bringing souls together. Destined love also teaches patience, trust, and surrender. There is no rush, no need to force, no requirement to control timing. Every separation, every challenge, every moment of waiting is deliberate, orchestrated to allow growth, understanding, and alignment. These experiences are not obstacles, they are lessons carefully placed to strengthen the connection. Even hardships, misunderstandings, and distance only serve to deepen bonds and increase awareness of their sacredness. A love of this magnitude is patient and unwavering. It endures regardless of circumstance because it is a truth embedded in the soul. The beauty of a destined soul connection lies in its subtlety and its power. It is quiet yet profound, gentle yet transformative. It cannot be manufactured, rushed, or replicated. It exists naturally, effortlessly, and inevitably. Meeting this kind of soul is not about filling a void or escaping loneliness. It is about recognition, resonance, and awakening. It is about two hearts, two energies, and two destinies finding a mirror in one another. When you experience this, life itself begins to feel more meaningful. Every moment, every breath, every heartbeat carries a subtle echo of connection, reminding you that love is not random. It is written and it is meant to be. You were both ready. Even if timing didn't seem perfect at first, the universe prepared your hearts, shaped your experiences, and guided you toward each other long before you ever realized it. Every twist, every turn, every moment of uncertainty was part of the path that led you here. If these signs resonate within your soul, if you recognize the sacred patterns we've explored, honor what you've discovered. Take a moment right now to like this video if it awakened something within you. It helps us reach more souls searching for truth. And make sure you're subscribed to Echo of Souls, because every insight we share could illuminate your path forward. If you're curious about the hidden truths of consciousness, the subtle ways hearts communicate, and the signs guiding our deepest connections, turn on notifications. Every insight, every story, every reflection could change how you see life, love, and the intricate ways souls are destined to meet.